With my new asset, we can control the change. Reclaim the Sanguisuga's rightful place at the top of the food chain.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 under-the-radar games of the last decade that we think you should check out.
Is that a deer? Look at it jump! I love Karina's curiosity. It makes the journey interesting for everyone.
Number 10, Dungeons of Hterberg. Dungeons of Hterberg immediately entices with its lush and vibrant cartoony aesthetic. There's just so much to love with this deep and engrossing indie dungeon diving adventure set in the bucolic region of Hterberg, a locale steeped in Austrian Alps beauty. Stepping into the hiking boots of Louisa, you escape the grind and rat race of the corporate world in order to have a poignant adventure of self-discovery. This game cleverly combines elements of RPGs, action adventures, and social sims. This balance sees Louisa explore myriad diverse mountainous regions, delving into creatively designed puzzle dungeons, gaining new equipment and magical abilities, and then relaxing back at the cozy village, chatting up the locals and making friends along the way. Number 9, Darksiders Genesis. Eschewing its roots as a traditional third-person character action game, Genesis goes for more of a Diablo-esque style, helping it to stand out from other games in this beloved franchise. Darksiders Genesis thrusts you into the role of one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, Strife. The Charred Council have tasked Strife to reap vengeance on Lucifer, a task that sees Strife, as well as War if played in co-op, enter the Void and its various realms to stop the nefarious dark shenanigans going on in this game. Much like the other Darksiders games, the sense of world building here is simply top-notch. Each new highly explorable zone feels distinct and immersive, plus using Strife's pistols, Mercy and Redemption, alongside his other powerful moves is just downright fun.
You want to hear an actual joke?
No.
Knock knock. You're supposed to say, who's there?
Why would I give away my location?
Number 8, Fuga Melodies of Steel. For those looking for a truly solid entry to be immersed in, then look no further than the animal-centric game Fuga Melodies of Steel. The dichotomy of playing through war-ravaged regions as cute as heck anthropomorphic cats and dogs makes for an intriguing and unique tactics experience. But make no mistake about it, Fuga Melodies of Steel is a highly emotional and highly intense experience that belies its otherwise sublime cartoony-esque visuals. Aboard the hulking, traversing tank Tyrannus, it's here that the band of survivors must journey across the war-torn lands in hopes of a better future. But sacrifice is the name of the game here, especially when it comes to utilizing the Tyrannus' beast of a weapon, the Soul Cannon. The Soul Cannon requires sacrifice in order to be fired. As you can imagine, this game throws gut punch after gut punch your way, both in terms of its tactical battles and its character-driven adventure. Number 7, Guilt. Pure stealth adventure games are somewhat of a rare breed in the modern gaming landscape. Fortunately, 2019's Guilt entered the scene to showcase how this type of game should be made. While it did first release for the failed Google Stadia, it did get a second life on other modern platforms years later, where many eager stealth fans got to jump in. Guilt is a tug-on-your-heartstrings adventure all about Sally and Emily. Sally must venture around dark and foreboding environments, avoiding shadowy baddies, utilizing her various tools, and ultimately hoping to find her cousin Emily. Guilt doesn't shy away from challenging subject material, in this game's case, the pain of bullying. The game handles this subject material with care, grace, and aplomb, all while attaching a strong suite of stealth gameplay mechanics and great world building.
What is that thing? Why does it look like me?
Number 6, A Plague Tale: Innocence.
Why are they still here?
While its sequel Requiem could also be placed on this list in lieu of Innocence, for our money Innocence is the more under-the-radar experience. A Plague Tale: Innocence is a deeply harrowing and intensely emotional adventure starring sister and brother duo Amicia and Hugo de Rune. Set in and around the disturbing confines of the 100 Years' War in 14th century France, Amicia and Hugo must traverse derelict and decaying lands in order to uncover the mystery behind Hugo's curse. Yeah, somehow I guess I haven't even yet mentioned the rats in this game. Yep, this is the game that sees you encounter hordes and hordes of terrifying bloodthirsty rats, and needs to be contended with throughout the game. A Plague Tale: Innocence is one of those games that strikes a perfect balance of tight, well-executed stealth adventure gameplay, strong narrative beats, great world design, and enjoyable character arcs.
Over there! Light! We're there, Hugo! Run, Hugo! Run!
Number 5. A Hat in Time. Nothing quite brings a smile to my face like a good old 3D platformer, one with plenty of charm and whimsy, fun open levels to explore, and oodles of MacGuffins to collect. 2017's A Hat in Time, while certainly beloved by fans of the genre, still deserves so much more time in the limelight. A Hat in Time sees the cute-as-a-button Hat Kid lose her timepieces from her spacecraft, which means she can't actually make it back home. This is where the adventure truly begins, since Hat Kid must now explore the likes of Mafia Town, yes, you actually heard that right, a level all about the Mafia, Subcon Forest, Alpine Skyline, and many others. Hopping and skipping around each creatively designed world is a real treat here, all while whacking goons with Hat Kid's umbrella, donning new hats and badges for new powers and abilities, and hoovering up the game's many collectibles. This game is just a real joy to experience, and it has humor in spades to keep you laughing all day long.
Oh wait, you're not a penguin. That's good. I could use some non-penguin company around here, as all my penguins are frankly terrible actors.
Number 4. Evil West. Evil West is a high-octane, supernaturally infested vampire action game set in the Wild West. You know, I could probably just leave this entry there with this elevator pitch, and it will get many gamers excited to play this under-the-radar game from 2022. Okay, I guess I will avoid some brevity and instead tell you just how fun Evil West truly is. Apart from the vampire western setting, the Saturday morning cartoon-esque action romp story, and the all-guns-blazing approach to gameplay, Evil West is a pure video game through and through, harkening back to games from the PS2 era. Your mission is to guide vampire hunter Jesse Rentier through a plethora of incredibly over-the-top, supernaturally charged Wild West locales, pummeling hordes of baddies in the face with revolvers, rifles, electrical powers, and more. It's just so darn fun and satisfying controlling Jesse in this game, since the combat is chunky and meaty, the exploration is simple yet refined, and weapons at your disposal are an absolute blast to use. Number 3. Visions of Mana.
A rare item!
The most recent release on this entire list, Visions of Mana, seems to have been swept under the rug since its 2024 release, even amongst JRPG fans. Fortunately, we are here to remedy the lack of discussion around this game, since it absolutely deserves to be played and experienced through to completion. Now, whether you have played a Mana game or not, Visions is the perfect place to dive in. It offers a truly gorgeous fantasy world to explore with some of the most eye-popping visuals around. I mean, seriously, you are seeing this, right? A heartfelt and endearing cast of characters, a strong central narrative, and some top-tier action RPG combat. Visions of Mana sees you take on the role of Val, a soul guard, who is tasked with guiding his companions, the Alms, to the Mana Tree for the traditional pilgrimage of sacrifice and rebirth. Where many JRPGs are long in the tooth, Visions of Mana is more focused and refined, always moving you forward to the next narrative beat or new location to discover and explore to your heart's content. It's a JRPG that respects your time as a player and just wants you to have fun, a fun, wholesome time, with a strong story occasionally peppering in plenty of emotional moments to keep you invested. Do yourself a favor and check out Visions of Mana, especially if you consider yourself a fan of action RPGs. Yes, it's really that good.
Yes!
Number 2, Psychonauts 2.
Well, whatever you do, just leave me out of it. Ooh, is that honey pepper boar bacon?
It's pretty crazy to think that the gap between the OG Psychonauts from 2005 and the release of Psychonauts 2 was a whopping 16 years. While the cult classic first game is most certainly still worth playing today, Psychonauts 2 takes everything that made the first game special, such as the quirky story, goofy characters, and fun platforming, and ratchets everything up to 100. This is a pure and wholesome 3D platforming adventure game with strong world design, over-the-top and lovable characters, a memorable story, and tons of heart and soul. You once again step into the psychic shoes of Raz, a charming character who seeks to prove to his circus-obsessed family that him being a psychonaut is of the utmost importance. Psychonaut 2 is incredibly playful and entertaining, with each area offering up new platforming challenges, environmental puzzles, and oodles of humor and wit.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Vampire, or Vampire if you prefer.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
That's right, this list includes not 1, but 2 vampire-centric games. You're welcome. Don't Nod's Vampire is a downright classic that begs to be experienced. Vampire is all about Dr. Jonathan Reed, a blood transfusion specialist who just so happens to find himself turned into a creature of the night at the beginning of the game. His transformation is really in your hands, since you are the one to decide if he should feed more often, and thus become a stronger one as a vampire, and possibly even cut off certain story beats, or hold back his bloodlust in order to make a healthier and more adaptable early 20th century London. The way Vampire very quickly immerses you into its gothic, Victorian-esque London locale is palpable. This mostly comes down to the game's strong writing and great character arcs and motivations. Then, getting to rip and tear baddies with your vampiric powers is just the icing on the blood-drenched cake. So, do you agree with our under-the-radar game picks for this list? What are some of your favorite hidden gems that you think more people should check out? Let us know in the comments.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.